Welcome. I'm excited to speak to you today about, you guessed it, AI. If you're like me, I'm so over hearing about the AI hype. I just want to know how it can make my business money. I don't care what it does. I don't care what the name is. I don't care who's better than the other. I switch around and use different AIs, but I'm focused on one thing. How can I monetize it? How can I leverage it to grow my business? And you'll learn more about what I do and what our agency does, but how I can help clients earn money and keep us around as their agency of choice, because they're leveraging AI and best practices for lead generation and, more importantly, lead management. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, all right, great. So this is like, we're having a fireside chat. You're in my living room, and this presentation is AI for the rest of us. Those that are over the hype and want to know one or two or three things we can do to use AI to grow our business. How's that sound? Like, are we in the right fireplace room here? Okay, great. All right. First, before I jump in, my name's Todd Laire. I'm the CEO and founder of Laire Digital. We're a digital marketing and technology agency, and we work primarily with companies that have some type of business-to-business or B2B offering. We do have some B2C clients, but we do everything from website design, development, CRM implementation, as well as paid media, graphics, content writing, as well as now we're leveraging AI and helping our clients leverage AI. You can find me on social media and on the internet at Todd Laire, or the agency at Laire Digital. And you can email me at todd@lairedigital.com. I'd love to hear from you, and I would love to hear your feedback on my presentation for you here today. But before I get into that, who the heck am I? Well, this is my family. I'm a family man. I'm based in Charleston, South Carolina. Anybody based in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida? Everybody's here from Florida. I've been married 20 years, it'll be 21 years in November. I have 2 children with my wife, Laura. Tristan is our 18-year-old son, finishing up high school, and then our daughter is Skyla, who's 15. We love boating, we love vacationing, going to the beach. We just got back from a European vacation, which was amazing, and love trying out new things. We also have a 5-year-old pit bull terrier mix. We call him a Carolina dog, so we're really not sure what he is, but he's 100% love, we know that, and I would be remiss if I didn't include a picture of said dog. That's Levi, and us loving him with all we got. Okay, I'll save you the time from having to take pictures of the presentation and provide you a QR code, and happy to give you the whole deck. There's a lot of links within it to content that we provide, goes to our website, goes to articles, so definitely highly recommend getting the presentation. Just give me your email address through the QR code action, and I'll send it to you via email. All right, diving in, and I'll show the QR code again at the end too. But by doing so, you'll also join our newsletter, so we're on the cutting edge, always trying to learn what other companies are doing to leverage digital marketing, but now powered by AI, to help them grow, meet their revenue targets, and so on. So you'll join our list as well. So getting into the crux of the presentation here, first we'll talk about the challenge that really we're all facing. And one is lead generation. Before you have a lead management problem, you need to have a lead generation problem, and that's what we help companies fix. Your lead pipeline becomes your business lifeline. So once you have leads being generated, then you need proper management so that nothing slips through the cracks. We spend our good hard-earned dollars to generate new customer possibilities. We don't want to lose them on experience, and we certainly don't want to lose them if we have won them on experience in our CRM and our platform for managing those leads. So we have what's called the leaky bucket syndrome, and that is where we just have holes in our current system and our current process. We heard Sarah talk about having infrastructure and having systems in place, but I'd say a priority is having your lead management system airtight so that it isn't leaking possibilities, wherever inefficiencies lie. So, we work hard to make introductions and win prospective prospect meetings. And so it's important that the meetings that we do book actually happen. So through meeting schedulers, how many people use a meeting scheduler, when it comes to connecting with folks and having meetings? Great. Say one of the biggest time savers of having meetings not happen is an automation or an automated confirmation email that goes to your guest, a day before the meeting that confirms the time, as well as an hour or two. Because they forget. I have my calendar. We live and die by our calendar. I don't always look at it to see what's next. I need to be prompted. So that happens with our prospects. So what happens if we miss that? What kind of confirmations have gone out? If they missed the meeting, is there a confirmation to get them to rebook? So obviously, technology can solve for that. But what about communications in between meetings? What else do they need to learn about you or your process? What else do you need to learn about them to tailor the meetings that you have with them around the products and services you have that actually will help solve their main pressing problems or challenges, and which is why they are agreeing to a meeting with you in the first place? What about poor CRM hygiene? How many of you are using a CRM religiously in your business today? Okay, great. For those of you that aren't or just shy to raise your hand, we definitely need to talk, because a CRM is going to prevent missing out on opportunities and preventing you from following up. But I'm a huge fan of having my CRM prompt me through tasks of what I need to do, research ahead of time before I have a meeting with a client, learn more about their company, learn about the type of content they're putting out. So a lot of us sell to other businesses. We want to know what they're selling and how they're marketing themselves so that we can interject our products and services into the mix to provide solutions and how they can do things better, bigger, better, and faster. Old me used to 5-10 minutes before a meeting, quickly pull up a prospect's LinkedIn, go to their company page, browse their website. And sometimes I wouldn't do that. Sometimes I'd have to do that with them on the call, which can be extremely distracting. So now I have an AI agent that's hooked into our CRM that knows about the meetings that I'm having, knows way too much about what I'm doing throughout the day, but that's another discussion altogether. But it's prompting me like, hey, here's a recent update that this company that you're about to meet with just put out. You should know about it. And it impresses a prospect when they know you've done your research and you've taken the time to research them and have questions for them on initiatives that they're working on. It helps them feel safe and you as a trusted resource. And then also post-review follow-up. I kind of love and like AI. I do love being told what to do after a meeting, and I also love my contact or my prospect being told what I'm dependent on them to do, because it heard us talk through the whole meeting, it recorded the meeting, and then at the end it gives us a to-do list for Todd and a to-do list for Karen, let's say. And so then that way, the next meeting is going to be that much more productive because we both know what we need to bring to the table for that. So AI can help solve this leaky bucket syndrome. If you look at today's state of lead generation, we have data, there is data available that can tell you companies that are actively looking to buy a solution that you offer well before they identify themselves as an interested party. Meaning companies, software companies are tracking company-wide internet activity and looking at where they're going. And it's called buyer intention. So we're understanding from a data perspective what websites they're going to, what content they're reading, well before they end up what I call hand raising to identify themselves as a potential buyer, or at least they're interested. we have that info now. Any of you have heard of Zoom Info? Yeah, Zoom Info, it's an expensive tool, it's phenomenal. I think for a lot of applications, you need like a data science department to extract all that data and give it to you in a usable format. AI can do that now. AI can go and grab the same data and bring it to you through your CRM, which is pretty powerful. So I want to know that. I want to know what companies are looking at potential solutions that we provide. I also want to know if they've been to my website and haven't identified themselves, haven't filled out a form or requested a consultation. So much of that's happening now where they're online and they're looking at LinkedIn and they're looking at influencers or company executives and watching their content and making decisions based on that without going to a company directly until they're actually ready to buy. So it's hard to attribute where leads are at and where they're coming from and where they're at in their journey to ultimately buy. So they also have a higher expectation for personalization. So we also want to know that, like what helps them move the needle when it comes to making a decision. What are their objections? What are their main challenges? Bad experiences are great to know beforehand, before you talk to them, so that way you can address it and then immediately put their mind at ease that you're the right solution provider. We know, especially in business to business sales, the sales cycle is longer than it used to be. Am I correct? Are you seeing that? And it's not just one or two decision makers anymore, it's a committee. And you need to know, and sometimes you ever find yourself having to sell all over again to somebody that's just been added to a meeting and you're already 3 or 4 meetings in with your point of contact, and then they bring in, well, we can't make a decision without our controller, so can you just start all over again and tell them everything? And do they care about everything that you've been talking to with somebody else? Probably not. So it helps to know what they're interested in, from a budgeting standpoint or the approval process or what have you. So when it comes to AI selection, there's 3 main areas in a Venn diagram, and that is fit, friction, and future. Fit is, does it solve a pain? Does my solution solve a pain? Because if it does, then your content that you market should not only just be about your solution, but more so about the pain. I'll tell you, I've been doing this almost 20 years, and companies don't care about me, they don't care about my agency, they don't care about the services or products we provide. They care about their problem. And a lot of times they aren't sure what their problem is, but they're very in touch with the symptoms that they're experiencing. So your content should be all about the problem and all about the symptoms so that you can attract the right buyers to you, and then slow roll and go into how your solution solves for that. Friction is it easy to use? Especially when it comes to selecting an AI platform to help you market today. I love interface, and we'll talk about that today. Easy, intuitive, common sense. It's designed by a designer and not a developer. It's amazing how many top 10 softwares have that design that's like from a developer, and it just makes no sense, but it's popular and everybody's using it, so we're just all stuck. And then future. Does it scale? Will it scale with you? A lot of companies come to us with technology issues, and more times than not, it's because their processes and their business have outgrown the platforms that they're using. And so they need either a fix with that platform or they need to move to a new one. So looking at platform selection, can it scale and grow, and match that with the goals that you have for growing your company. Okay, so I'll pick out one CRM out of the many that is adding a lot of AI tools at a rapid rate, and it's hard to even keep up as a partner with that company. But companies are winning today. Those that are the most educational end up being the most successful. So not only educating on your product and service, but educating on the problem that draws people to your product or service, but then also zeroing in on the symptoms, because remember, not every buyer is in tune or in touch with the problem that they're actually having, and they're looking for content to help them better identify the problem. But companies are winning on customer experience, and CRM as at the center of that. So picking out one of the many popular CRMs out there is HubSpot. Anybody using HubSpot in the audience today? Okay, fantastic. HubSpot's one of a few. I would say definitely a market leader, right up there with Salesforce and some of the others, Marketo, and then some other lesser cost options like Constant Contact and MailChimp are trying to be more robust like HubSpot. But HubSpot can start out as a free option for you as the CRM, and then you can add products over time for $20 to $30 a month, and then it can go up from there to thousands a month depending on the size of your organization or if you're an enterprise. But it does a lot. I will say it can pretty much handle just about everything for about 99% of businesses, and it integrates with thousands of other softwares and technologies. So I'm going to pick out HubSpot's AI tools that are built into their CRM. If you're using something other than HubSpot, chances are they also are rolling out very similar AI agents, another buzzword that we've heard so much of in the AI race for hype. Agents, agents, agents. So HubSpot has a few, your CRM most likely has a few or is getting ready to launch a few as well. So I'm going to introduce you to HubSpot Breeze and specifically Breeze Intelligence. HubSpot Breeze Intelligence can give you that buyer intent data of companies that are looking not only for solutions that you provide on the internet, but it also will tell you if they're looking at your website, just as a visitor, as a window shopper. It's a term that I'll use a lot here. Identifying companies that are actively looking for the solutions you provide on the World Wide Web, but then also where on your website they're looking at and what pages that they're interested in. So imagine you've got 1,200 visitors, new visitors coming to your website. Okay, that's good, that's exciting. But we want buyers, right? We want prospect conversations happening. Imagine out of that 1,200, 33 are actually interested in what you have to offer and they fit your ideal customer profile. So these are good target accounts, as we'll call them. Breeze Intelligence will identify them and give them to you in a list and then give you options to engage with them using automation with strategy. Two others, one is a prospecting agent. So we have intelligence, so we're able to see what prospects are doing and what they're interested in. The prospecting agent will actually not only track, but then you can enroll them in some type of follow-up. So an email, outgoing email that you can approve beforehand, you can set up as a system, you could write the content for, it'll give you suggested content to use and what to follow up with. I would say in my testing, a lot of the content and the suggestions are better than what I could come up with on my own, and I've done this for almost 20 years, so that's cool. The customer agent can not only work as a support function, but also work as a qualifier, a lead qualifier, and bring you key decision makers within the company that's actually browsing your website without, without them having to identify themselves as a lead, like fill out your forms, click on contact us, and so on, or consultation. And then Breeze Assistant is a true sales executive or support executive working with you. So I use this, it lives in the sidebar within the browser. It also works on the HubSpot mobile app and asking it, okay, I'm getting ready to meet with this company. Give me 3 things I should know and I should potentially bring up to them in the meeting that will help me bridge the gap, make them feel safe, and demonstrate our authority and our knowledge in what they may be interested in. Also, it lives in your CRM, so it has context specific points to share with you. So that's what I also love. Again, AI, help me make money. I don't want to be an AI expert. I just want to be an expert in making money with AI. And so so those are the 3 agents. You probably have very similar agents in your CRM, but I'm a huge fan of HubSpot, and I'll share more about that with you. So it lives in your desktop. It also lives in the mobile app, and CRM is at the center of this, but then there are different hubs, and it's in the name HubSpot. So there's a sales hub, which is great for follow-up and email tracking, document tracking, meeting scheduling. That's all connected to CRM. Marketing hub, those are the 2 most popular hubs. Marketing hub is all about outbound motions, email, social media, reporting, content production, and using AI tools to help you with content ideation. And then there's other hubs too. You can host your website on HubSpot. and manage it all through the desktop as well as through the mobile app. So this is the buyer intent tool. I'll just share with you what this looks like. So this is a company that, then these are real live screenshots taken from our own CRM instance, our own HubSpot instance. This company, great fit for us. They do 3D visualization for furniture selection for commercial use. And so they'll design your whole space, and they use AI, and they're a phenomenal company. Well, they need support, they need marketing help, and they stumbled across our website through AI, and they started visiting different pages. Really don't care about most of the pages. I am interested in the content that they're reading, so I can know kind of what they're interested in and what kind of questions they're looking for answers for. But more specifically, back to sales, help me sell AI, is they went to our pricing page 3 times. So this is a definite buying signal. This is like more so a tire kicker than somebody that's just window shopping. They're interested in pricing. They're probably doing pricing on competitor sites. They're probably asking AI questions, how much consulting help like that we provide, how much it costs. I want to be in tune with those answers as well. So I definitely want to target this company now that I know they're familiar with our brand. I just don't know who at the company I should be reaching out to. And that's how Breeze Intelligence can also help identify decision makers and provide you with insight on how to reach out to those different decision makers. Once we know who they are and we've got some contacts identified, whether there were suggestions from Breeze Intelligence or they did convert on something, and you should have much more on your website to interact with than just a consult or contact us page or a set up a consultation. There should be something for them to download. There should be something for them like a pricing sheet or a product spec sheet that they give you their email address and they download. Or at the very least, joining your newsletter so they can keep in contact or get your your content sent to them on a regular basis, and then that can further their knowledge. So once we have that, then we can enroll them into the prospecting agent, and it will send them timely messages following up with them, sending them more relevant content that we know they've already been looking at. If they've been viewing my pricing page, I want to send them pricing specific content that we've put on our blog, like how much do things cost, questions you should ask this provider before you hire them or you buy from them, you know, trust building type content. So I know that because I've seen it through what AI has been telling me in my CRM. So all of that's set up, and all I need to do is hit the start enrolling button, and then now they're going to get communications from me as me, but really powered by AI. The AI summaries for sales preparation. So again, before your call, what do I need to know? Top 3 things. What promotions they're running, what market segments they're trying to break into. You know, think about, again, what your solutions are and how they can fit into what you're able to learn by AI assistance, and then tailor that presentation, that conversation towards their key initiatives. Also tracking, I'm big on attribution. We're a marketing agency, we're an intelligence firm. We need to know attribution, so I want to know how we're performing with AI. You know, has anybody received a lead that they can track, or at least the lead told them that they found them through AI search? A few, okay. Well, hopefully that changes soon. It's happening to us. But we've been doing the search engine optimization game for 15 years, and AI is going and grabbing that same content from Google and pulling it into the AI platform and then serving it up as recommendations. So it's just like search engines, but with an opinion. And it pulls that opinion from what typically companies write about themselves and their own content, in addition to third parties giving a favorable review or recommendation. And this is kind of cool. This is a newer feature that I was actually able to look at, and we have our top competitors. Some of them are like 3 or 4 or 5 times bigger than us, and we're outperforming them in a lot of the AEO or Ask Engine Optimization performance metrics. So being in tune with this, and then also getting visibility recommendations on how to be more visible in AI. And so again, if you're using HubSpot, definitely check this out. I can add you to a beta as a partner, so we get things released to us before they're available to everybody else. Happy to provide that to you. Okay, so 3 things, action plan for you coming in for a landing on Monday morning, or perhaps maybe tomorrow, or maybe later today. Audit your CRM, identify your leaks in your bucket, and here's a suggestion. If you have leads that have taken no activity, this is great to do with clients, by the way, no activity in the last 14 days, and you've got more than 10 contacts, then enroll them in an agent, a prospecting agent. You know, do research through an intelligence agent, so finding out buyer intent, and then enroll them in an outgoing prospect agent. Turn on buyer intent if you haven't done so already, or look for product updates for the CRM that you are using to see if there is a buyer intent tool coming to it. Turn it on and see who's window shopping. It'll blow your mind. The data's out there. Companies make a lot of money selling this data. It's open, it's public, and it can be pulled into your CRM and help you sell. And then pilot at least one agent. There's a really great content agent within HubSpot that will take some of your top performing content and help you remix it into social media posts or other related posts that not only will give you better exposure, but also help you get ranked and recommended through AI. Some resources for you, so you'll find this in the deck, and then I'll hit you with the QR code again so that you can get the presentation. We do marketing strategy and marketing plans, and we're leveraging AI to help us. If you want to know how we pull together strategy, you can steal our top performing prompts to use for AI to help us with marketing and sales alignment. So 34 AI prompts to simplify your marketing and sales efforts. So that's a guidebook you can get. If you get the QR code and you get my presentation, we unlock our whole content library. So there's like 27 or 28 different content resources on our website that you'll get access to. We are also a HubSpot Diamond partner, so we represent the top 2% of all partners globally. So if you have a question or you're interested in doing more with HubSpot, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you and share more about what it is we do. And you know, conversations are free, of course, but we do everything else a full digital marketing agency does. And then I'm happy to talk to you as well. If you're in a B2B organization and you're trying to break through and leverage AI or get more out of your ad spend, return on investment and tracking return on ad spend is a hot topic. Happy to have a conversation with you. 20 minutes, no obligation whatsoever. And I'll be around the show for the rest of the 2 days. And again, get the presentation, get all of our resources. Does anybody have any questions as well? I've got a few minutes for questions.
You did catch my interest where there was a website where you can track if they visited your website?
Yes.
How is that automated? I mean, do you have to already have them in your CRM to know?
No. Good question. How do you track those that come to your website that haven't identified themselves? They're just window shopping coming in. So it's available. So like if you have your website built, let's say on HubSpot, but there's other technologies too. It's not only to HubSpot. It's tracking the IP address of every visitor that's coming in. And if they have a corporate identified IP, it will tell you what the company is, you know, and it'll tell you the size, and then the other intelligence tools will tell you decision makers at the company and so on. So that's technology's been out there for a while.
HubSpot has that in part of the agent?
Yes, and HubSpot has that as an option, yeah, as a feature as part of their platform. Yeah, it's phenomenal, yeah. Is it legal? Yes, Big Brother is legal. They changed the rules and the laws to benefit them, and now we can take advantage of it. So yes, it is legal, yeah.
They can't tell you who in the company it is.
That's
they
correct.
Can just tell you it's from the company.
That's right,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, so outsider looking in, unless they fill out a form or whatever, you don't know who they are, but you can track the company. What these AI tools will do, or like the HubSpot intelligence tool, is you ask it like, well, tell me, I know Acme company came to my website, they have 3 divisions, they're global, particular to us, what recommended contacts or decision makers, and this is on LinkedIn, this is public info too, it'll go and scrub that, pull it in, and give you recommendations on contacts there, and then you can get their contact information one way or another.
That's what I was going to say. Then you need Zoom Info or Apollo or something to get the actual contact information.
I'll tell you, there's another tool that's free. It's called hunter.io. 99% of the time you can get anybody's email address at a company, and it'll show you where it's in use in the public domain, and I've been using it for years. Hunter.io, phenomenal tools. Free, starts out at free. I think their first paid plan's like $9 a month. One more question?
Uh, how effective or
These
how
are
customized can you make the
favorited,
prospecting tool or
setting
prospecting
the
agent compared to
expectations
something like
across the
sequences for
board,
outreach?
which
Yeah, how customized can you do it? So think about the AI agent living in your CRM, okay, and it knows all the contacts you have in there, it knows all the companies in there, it knows how to go and research and find those companies. So you can ask it like, I'm really trying to sell this service or offer this product to more people. Build me an automated email messaging sequence that touches on their hot buttons for what they're looking for, tailor that with what website pages they've been to on our website, and then make recommendations on how I can follow up with them by asking for a meeting or sending them a demo or having them watch this video. Or don't even do that. Just send them some relevant content that's third party, because I just want to make this introduction and shoot for a high likelihood that they'll reply to a meeting or reply to my email or book a meeting with me directly. And AI will do that. And sometimes it takes some massaging because AI can hallucinate a little bit and copy or get a little bit much. But with HubSpot, you can determine the tone that you want as well. More casual, more professional, and so on. So play around with it. You're welcome. And I'll be around for the rest of the show. Thank you so much for coming. Enjoy B2B Expo.